Year 4, and today's maths lesson we are going to be creating a bar chart, and for this lesson you will need a tube of Smarties. If you haven't got a tube of Smarties, any sweets with a different colour will do, like M&Ms or Starburst or something like that. And if you're really good and work really hard, maybe your adults at home will let you try a few for quality control purposes.
Right, the first thing you need to do is we need to get your Smarties out. So tip them out onto the table. Don't eat any at this stage, and then sort them into the coloured groups. So I've got pink Smarties, I've got purple Smarties, I've got blue Smarties, I've got orange, I've got sneaky red, brown and green. So if we wanted to, we could create a really simple pictogram that shows the amount of colours of Smarties in my tube. So if I do this, you can see really quickly, you can see which is the most popular, which is the most common Smartie, which is the pink one, and which is the least common really quickly. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 coloured Smarties in my tube. So I need to remember that, and I'm going to have 8 different bars that I'm going to draw. Now we've got all our Smarties in order, we've almost made a bar chart, a physical bar chart with our Smarties. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a bar chart in our maths book. So I'm going to show you how to do a bar chart in the maths book. The first thing you need to do is you need a title. So what are the colours of Smarties in my tube? Or how many of each colour Smarties have I got in my tube? So I'm going to write that. How many of each colour Smartie have I got in my tube? And as that's a question, I need a question mark, and I'm going to underline it neatly with a ruler. Now, the next thing that I've got to do is I've got to find out which is the biggest amount. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my tallest amount. So my bar is not going to need to be bigger than 6. And I've got to remember I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colours. So I'm going to do, on my maths book, I'm going to do my bar here, and I'm going to have each 2 is going to be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are how many Smarties, or number, and I can turn my book, number of Smarties. So that was 0. That's 1 Smartie, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't need to go further than 7 because I haven't got any more than that in my tube of any one colour. Now, along the bottom, I'm going to have the colour of the Smarties. And again, I'm going to take 2 squares to do one colour. So 2 squares for green, 2 squares for yellow, 2 squares for orange, for pink, for purple, for blue, for red and brown. And I'm just going to mark them off so that you can see. Now each bar in a bar chart has to be the same width, so it's important that we keep that the same width. And I'm going to put the title of this axis here, which is colour of Smarties. Right, and now I just transfer the data. So I've got 3 green ones. So my first bar is going to be up to the point of 3. Notice I'm using a ruler. And this is green. Next one is yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 yellows. So I'm going to add on to that one there, and I'm going to go across. So my bars are next to each other. So I've got 4 yellow. So I'm going to write yellow down there. And when it comes to the end, I can colour all of these in a different colour. Right, I'll get on with this and I'll get back to you in a minute. So I've carried on turning my Smartie physical bar chart into the one in my book. I've coloured each one in to represent the colour of the Smarties. I'm on the last one now. I'm taking my time as best as I can so that I'm neatly colouring in the bars of my bar chart, and then we should be finished. So the checklist that we need to have we got a title? Have we labelled the side axis of number of Smarties, and does our scale go up in even amounts? Have we labelled the bottom of our bar chart so that it's got the colour of Smarties, and is each bar an even width? If we've done all of that, then we have made a successful bar chart. Your job now, you can think of some questions to ask other people. So how many more yellow Smarties are there than green, for example? Or how many Smarties are there in the tube altogether? How many fewer Smarties are red than blue? So you could generate some of your own questions that other people could answer about your bar chart. I look forward to seeing your bar chart, and now, if you're really sneaky and nobody's looking, look, Tom. You can have a little nibble.